this look? Does this look good? You like this? Does it look like a television personality? Can I do it? Hey. I miss America. Sounds great. Very fast what? Food? Oh God, fast food? All right, this is really horrible. McDonald's French fries. They're so good. You dip them in the McFlurry. Mmm. When they're nice and salty. What's your favorite fast food? Dairy Queen. I like their. Wait, they do dipping. They dip cones in chocolate. I like those. Those are good. I think they do that. They have hot dogs too and ice cream cake. The basic mechanics of the game. Well, there's 2 teams. Each team has 4 blockers and 1 jammer, so there's a total of 8 blockers and 2 jammers, so 10 people on the track at a time. The blockers are denoted. We have 2 pivots that are in the front, and they have a stripe down their helmet. Those are the front 2 forerunners. They're actually like the last line of defense for the jammers, since the jammers are starting behind the pack. All 8 of those blockers are considered the pack. And then 20 feet behind them is the jammers, and they're denoted by the stars on their helmets, and those are actually the point scorers. Once the whistle blows, toot! The pack takes off, and once the pack has moved across the pivot line, then you get 2 whistle blows, and then the jammers take off. The jammers are to work their way through the pack, and while they're working through their pack, they're unable to use elbows, they're unable to use forearms. They must legally pass through the pack, skate around the entire track, and re-enter from the back of the pack. On the second run, when they enter the back of the pack for the second time, they start accruing points. It's 1 point per hips of the opposing teammate passed. So if you go through and you're jamming, but the jam gets called off and just your shoulders pass somebody, you won't get the actual point until your hips pass that person. Yeah. Good times.
Okay,
Fouls. Penalties. For penalties, there's no back blocking, so basically, and it all depends, because you have minor penalties and you have major penalties. For instance, back blocking is huge. It happens a lot in Derby, because when you're skating in a pack, and if someone trips and falls, and they're putting their back, or either their chest on you, their arms on you, their elbows on you, anything, and if it comes in contact with your back, if it's unintentional, it does not affect the play of the person that you back blocked, then it's a minor. But however, if you were to push that person to the ground or cause them to fall, cause them to go out of bounds, then you get a major and he gets into the penalty box. So back blocking is the number 1 penalty that, personally, I believe that gets called a lot. There's also forearms, so you're unable to use your forearms. You're unable to use elbows, and again, it all varies minor and major, and the difference between the minor and the major is the intention behind it and the outcome of it. So, like I said, if it doesn't cause the person to fall down, if it doesn't cause the person to move out of play or directly affect them, then it's just considered a minor. But if it does affect them, it's considered major, and you'll serve your time in the penalty box. You've got skating out of bounds, blocking out of bounds. Cutting the track is huge. So with cutting the track, if a player knocks you out of bounds, whether it's inside the middle of the track or on the outside of the track, you must re-enter behind that skater, not the back of the pack, but just the skater that knocks you out of bounds. If you re-enter in front of that person, or if you re-enter in front of anyone else for that matter, without coming in behind the person that knocks you out, then you can call for a major and gets into the box. Yes. Derby. I started Derby way back when. No, I'm just kidding. It was August of 2008. It was in Savannah, Georgia. I read in the newspaper that they were having a fitness boot camp. So I was super excited. I was like, yeah, 2 weeks of fitness. This would be awesome. $20. I paid. I brought my old school roller skates. So they're the ones that went up to the calf, and it was like the white Chicago's with the little white sparkly wheels. I went out and just fell in love with it. And then at the end of the fitness camp, then they told us they were having tryouts in 2 weeks. So I went and tried out and just fell in love with it. So it's been 2 years and some change, right? 2008. I'm not good at math.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
I'm in my second year.
Oh, okay.
In August, it'll be 2 years. Sweet. But yeah, and then I moved to Fayetteville. Because family stuff. But then I found Rogue, and Rogue accepted me like I was one of their own, and been in love with it ever since. So, yeah. Now I'm a Rogue Roller girl. Ritzy in the house. I'm not sure if I was supposed to do that. Nice.